I'm joined by head coach Anne Crutchfield from Emory Henry College women's basketball. They were picked number 2 in this year's preseason poll. Coach, great season for you last year, making the ODAC tournament championship game, coming up as the runner-up, getting that large bid to the NCAA tournament, and that recognition has continued forward into this year with the number 23 ranking with the WBCA preseason poll. Talk a little bit about last year's experience and taking that squad to the NCAAs, winning a game, and coming into this year.
Last year's team was just such an amazing group to work with, and we're really humbled to get the recognition and to be able to enjoy the success that we've enjoyed the last couple of years. When you look at where we've come from in just the last 4 years, it's just been an amazing ride, and I give 100% of the credit to those players that have just come in, most of them local from our area, and have just really bought into what we're doing, and I'm really excited about what this season's going to have in store for us.
You really have a roster coming back that is almost untouched from last year with all your starters back, a couple all-conference players. Tell me about what you're seeing this year, maybe what's a little bit different from last year, given that maybe there's not so much teaching but more refinement right now to take that next step.
Well, I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is just how hard our players have worked in the off-season. They've always put in a lot of work in the off-season, but it just seems to be a sense of urgency about them now. I think, we have a veteran team with 6 seniors this year, and they feel like we have some unfinished business left over. We were so close, giving Randolph-Macon so much credit to come into that championship game, and it was just a great game to watch and participate in. But I think they feel like we do have some unfinished business, and they want to get back at it. So in practice, the speed of practice has been so much faster. Their attention to detail, the level of accountability that they're holding each other to, it's just been great to see.
When we take a look at your squad, maybe who's somebody you expect to take a next step for you this year, whether it's a returning player or maybe somebody new you brought into the program, but somebody that's going to contribute a little bit more than they have in the past?
Well, I think anytime you talk about our team, you have to talk about Taylor Blevins. Taylor's been such a stronghold in the conference for all 3 previous seasons, but Taylor is really in practice taking it to the next level. Chloe Harris, was in that first group when I came to Emory, and Chloe is practicing harder than I've ever seen her practice before, and that's true for all of them. They've always worked really hard, but like I say, there seems to be some level of urgency about them now. But I think probably the biggest addition to our roster is Elizabeth Jones, who transferred from LNU, tremendous young lady from Whitfield, pretty close to our area, who's just come in, will be a sophomore, but it's like she's been there all along. So we're just excited to have Elizabeth. I think she's going to be in that rotation for us and just give us some more depth.
Coach, we'll take a look at the league right now, and there's a couple programs that are like you that have very few spots to fill because they have most of the roster back, but then there are some that are on the other side of the spectrum where they have everybody but maybe 1 or 2 players that they need to find roles for and figure out what they're going to do with their squad this year. What do you see from the conference this season?
You can't take anyone in the ODAC for granted. I think when you look at last year's standings, anybody can be beat on any given night, and I think you have to take everybody seriously. There's so much parity from top to bottom, and I think there are going to be some teams that are going to surprise some people, and I know firsthand you can't take anyone for granted. So I look for the standings here at the beginning to be shuffled quite a bit by the end of the season, and I think it will be an exciting year.
Coach, I want to thank you for joining me today, and good luck this season.
Thank you.